Hey, how are you? It's Joy, and you know what time it is? It is time for Momentum Monday message. And I want to take a moment. We all have been going through a lot with the coronavirus health crisis as well as the stock market financial crisis. And I just want to take a moment and ask you, how are you doing? How are you doing mentally? How are you doing emotionally, financially? Just how are you doing? Drop me an email and let me know, because this is the time, especially when our lives are disruptive. It's important to stay connected. And I know we have the social distancing recommendation from the CDC, but we can still connect via, email or phone or video, however keeps us connected so that we're not slipping into isolation and falling into a sadness or depression. So I just want to know. Drop me a line and let me know, how are you doing. For myself, I'm doing okay. I stay in meditation a little longer than I usually do, and that is just to keep my mindset right. Being able to allow and receive things in and not being consumed by all of the data and the information that is coming through can be an overload. But I want to get to this week's topic, which is being consistent. That's our theme for the month of March: being consistent with your finances, or our finances, when the circumstances that we find ourselves in are not in our control. And the first thing that you want to do in a situation like this is look at your financial landscape. When all of this started going down, the first thing I said, okay, all right, let me look at where I'm at financially, because as you know, I have my own personal goals of paying off debt. So right now I'm in the process, paying down that debt so that way I can live a life debt free. So when situations like this that are out of my control, I can manage it. Fortunately, I have been on a path in my life that has allowed me the a little bit more freedom to deal with the ups and downs that life can throw at you. So I'm sticking to my plan, and I am very fortunate that I find myself in a situation where I can ride out this time that we're experiencing right now. But there are a lot of people that I know that are really having a tough time. They've either lost their job. I just saw today that a couple of my friends posted on social that they were laid off, and I feel my heart goes out to them. My heart breaks that everybody is experiencing these lows in their lives that they didn't expect. And so, with that, what I really want to talk about is your financial landscape and being prepared in situations like this. I guess you can never really be prepared, but you can have that that protection, or that understanding that when this does, set and able to move forward. So, first thing I want to talk about is looking at your financial landscape. Where are you at right now? And how are you able to manage it? And looking at all of those things, when the market is great and the economy is great, everybody adds those extras into their lifestyle. So now it's an opportunity to reevaluate what that landscape looks like, what your financial landscape looks like, and start scaling back. Scaling back and really identifying what are those necessities. So take a look at your every line item that's in your budget. If you don't have a budget, I would say that would be your first thing. Get yourself on a budget. So that way you can identify what are your priorities. Of course, food, shelter, utilities, those should be your priority things that you need to be focusing on. And the second thing, if you are laid off, right now there are opportunities for delivery drivers, there's opportunities to work at stores, Amazon, some of the major grocery store or retail outlets are hiring that are considered essential establishments or essential businesses to the economy. So start looking at that. I know it's not something that you may not want to do, but guess what? If you have children, you got to put food on the table. Or even if you're single, it's you have to keep moving. You have to continue to move forward. You can reflect on it, but don't get stuck. Otherwise, you're going to start dwelling on where you're at, and it's going to take you backwards instead of forward. So definitely look at your financial landscape and cut out the things that you are that you don't need. And the second thing is get your house in order. Right? So sell those things. Second thing would be sell those things that you don't need, or sell those things that have been sitting around for a long time and just collecting dust. Get rid of them, and allow yourself the freedom, free up that cash that you may need for a bill or groceries or what have you to tide you over until the economy gets back on its feet, right? And people get called back to work. So in these financial times of stress, it is really important that you look at your landscape and start scaling back. And some people may say, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do that. Okay, well then you're also going to have that that stress, I should say, that mental stress, just general stress about your lifestyle because you're choosing to live beyond your means during a financial crisis or time that is not in your favor right now. So, one, looking at that financial landscape. Two, looking for other opportunities to raise cash, raise that capital. And what I mean by that is selling things that you do not need, have been sitting around the house, or getting that job that is temporary to, tide you and your family over, or if you're single, to get you through this time. So it's a little bit longer than, the usual 5 minutes for Momentum Monday message, but I wanted to get this out to you because I know there are so many people out there that are feeling the stress and are really in some bad places. So I just wanted to offer some options to you so that way you can so that you can feel like you're moving forward. And like I said, don't dwell in it. Please don't dwell on it. I know it can be difficult. I know it can be hard. I've been there. I know what that's like to not know where the money's going to come from. But I've given you a couple of options that you can pursue. And if you have any questions or any comments or you want to jump on a call, again, send me an email and we can connect and get you moving forward so that you don't feel stuck, because we're all in this together and we need to figure it out together. That's it. This is Joy with Enjoy Being Fit, your Monday Momentum message. Momentum Monday message. And that is it. Have a good one.